spending elsewhere?
Absolutely. There are two strands to this. One is we want to try and create more loyalty to Largs from the people within the local kind of community and the catchment population. So that has got to be the key, because it's easy enough to drift off to other parts of the west of Scotland to do their shopping or whatever it might be. So that's one aspect. The other one is really to try and get people to come to Largs for different reasons. Now, Largs is known everywhere for the ice cream, the coffees, Nardini's, so it's a very strong brand association. What we're saying is that brand association can be built upon and actually get people to come to Largs to do new things and different things that people just wouldn't have associated with Largs at all.
In terms of the likes of, there's opportunities for business as well, isn't there? There's things like rates relief, not rates relief, but maybe more gas, water, that kind of relief for electricity.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that bids have done across the UK, and it's something that Largs could also do, is to look at operational costs for businesses. Now, whether it's utilities, gas, electricity, water, or to do with the recycling. What many people don't realise is that businesses are going to have to do an awful lot more recycling in the coming years. Otherwise, they will be penalised heavily for not doing so. So the bid will work on that over the next year, 2 years, 3 years, to really begin to look at how efficiently the business can do their recycling, ultimately try and lower the costs for them as well.
Likes of Largs Live was a success, I think it's fair to say. It drew a lot of people to town. It was a popular weekend. It brought music, and we're hoping that it will come back next year. In terms of that's been used as an example, really, of what can be achieved in quite a limited time.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of about 4 projects, to be fair. I mean, Largs Live was something that happened. We had to demonstrate what a bid could potentially do. And Largs Live was a 3-day event, and what it did do was to put Largs on the map as a music destination, first and foremost. We did have a number of people come and stay overnight, 1 night, 2 nights, in local B&Bs, guest houses, hotels. We know that from the research that we've done, and people have associated Largs with that kind of an event, which is great. So we now have coffee, we have ice cream, we have Largs Live, so just trying to build on these things. The other things that we've done, and what's come out of the work the bid has done, is that we've had the communication, which has improved an awful lot between businesses in town, and that has led to actual business being done between these people. Networking is better, and that's something that hasn't happened in the past. Largs Live is another one, and more recently, when we had the Viking Festival and the Country and Western Festival happening in Largs and Millport, we had the taxi marshals in place, which again were very well received, because if people were going out drinking late at night and had to go get home, the taxi marshals were there, and we've had some very good reports from the police as well on that.
I come back to the likes of the Commonwealth Games is going to be coming, and we're going to have the Ryder Cup, and obviously the Viking Festival, 750th Battle of Largs anniversary next year. So it seems that there would be a great benefit in having a unified business voice to make the most of these potential opportunities. If Largs wasn't to vote for the bid, would it be a massive own goal, do you think, for the businesses?
Oh, that would remain to be seen, but at the end of the day, there are plenty of locations, destinations, call them what you will, across Scotland, who are looking to tap into the dividend that you'll get from the Commonwealth Games, Ryder Cup, and the year of the homecoming in 2014. And if you're not chasing it, it's definitely not going to come to you. If you chase it, you have a chance of getting it. And what the Largs bid will do is to chase it. We'll go and try and get extra funding to put Largs on the map and get people to come and stay here, to come for events, to come here for whatever. But it's going to have to be done as a proactive kind of measure. The other thing that Largs is fortunate in having is one of the best marinas in Scotland. And the marina brings in a huge amount of wealth to the local economy, which people maybe don't understand or realise. And it does stretch into millions, both the marina and the Scottish Sailing Institute. They also have a number of events that they stage every year, and next year looks like it's going to be a very, very good year for events that bring people from all over the UK to Largs would then stay in the local area, and then there should be a drip feed out to the rest of the economy, as it were, through shops and restaurants and bars.
And Largs Live came off the back of that, the big sailing event earlier on this year. I've spoken to a few businesses, and there's a couple of people who have got doubts. Now, obviously there was a meeting last night to try and answer these questions. Now, what I would put to you is that is concerns that people have got to pay out money.
Mm-hmm.
If for a landlord, for instance, and a business closes, for instance, they've still got to pick up the fee. That was one concern that was raised to me. And then obviously, there is a financial aspect involved with the bids from local businesses. So what would you say to these people that are concerned about it?
Yeah, I mean, there are concerns. Anytime you have to pay money out for anything, there is a concern, and I perfectly understand that. The issue about the bid is that you now know where that money is going to be spent. It is not going to disappear into some hole. Whatever money is going to be collected from the businesses of different sizes.
It's accountable.
Absolutely, there's a complete transparency about the whole thing. It's not like paying business rates which go somewhere and you don't really know what benefit you're getting out of them. The bid is actually about getting money, then spending it in the way that's been outlined in the business plan. What it's also done is we've managed to attract additional money over and above what the council have to pay in terms of their own bid levy. So they're putting an extra amount in to the bid pot at the moment. Now with that money we can now go to other pots of money, external funding, whatever types, and go and get additional money for Largs, for events, could be projects, could be whatever. At the same time we can lower the costs for the businesses. So if there are landlords out there who are worried, it is only on the basis that their properties will become vacant. But the more that the bid can do in terms of generating demand through whatever marketing activity or projects or events, then that should hopefully help to get those properties filled fairly quickly. Mm-hmm. So it's really sending out a real marker to say we want things to happen in Largs. On a sort of slightly different note, because there are 312 businesses in town, those 312 businesses will now act as a single business voice and actually sit round the table with the likes of the council as an equal partner to say, well, we actually want to be part of the future of Largs. Here are some issues that we'd like to discuss with you, and the waterfront being one of them, for example. So we can begin to have that kind of mature conversation, if I can put it that way, rather than individual businesses discussing it with councils or whoever else.
Okay, Steve, thank you very much. Thank you.